Good morning, everyone. So, in this video, we are going to cover the Hindu newspaper of 21st of June. Today is Yoga Day. Okay, so first news is related to the ban on refueling of overage vehicles. Now, understand three things. Overage vehicles basically means in NCR region, the vehicles, diesel vehicles which are more than 10 years old and petrol vehicles which are more than 15 years old, they are considered as overage vehicles. So now CAQM, that is Commission for Air Quality Management, that has issued orders that these overage vehicles will not be given fuel at petrol pump. How they will be assured that the fuel will not be provided? For that purpose, basically ANPR has been installed. What is this ANPR? Automatic number plate recognition cameras are installed at the fuel pump. So that is how the plan is to not to provide fuel to these vehicles. What is the problem with these older vehicles? These older vehicles lead to pollution in the environment. So three, four things. What is CAQM? It is Commission for Air Quality Management in the NCR region. What is ANPR? It is Automatic Number Plate Recognition Camera. So this camera will detect the number plate. Usually, police issue challan automatically with the help of these cameras. What is NGT? That is National Green Tribunal. So basically, NGT had issued order previously in 2015 that these old vehicles should not be allowed to continue in NCR region, which is facing the problem of environmental pollution. Next is related to Bimaru States. So understand this issue was in news recently. UP Chief Minister had said that UP is no longer a Bimaru state. The term Bimaru basically means Bimar, which means ill. So this Bimaru state term was given by Assis Bose, and it is an acronym given to four states. Which are these four states? Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and UP. Why this term was given? First thing first, it was given by Assis. Why this term was given? This term was given to show the socio-economic backwardness in these states. That means these states are socio-economically backward. That's why they were referred as a Bimar or ill states. Next is related to Vineet Joshi Committee. So recently, the government had set up this committee to review the competitive exams and to reduce the dependency of students on coaching institutions. So just as of now, you just need to remember that Vineet Joshi Committee is related to this entire education reform. Next is related to Quality Control Order for Steel and BIS, that is Bureau of Indian Standards. Let me simplify this entire issue. Recently, the government had issued an order that all those who import steel or who import raw material for steel, all those products should have BIS mark. What is BIS? It is Bureau of Indian Standards. First thing first, the problem was that only one day was given to comply to these orders. That means you will have to fulfill all the requirements in one day itself. That was the first problem. Second problem is, let's say some small company, some MSME import item from Vietnam. So that Vietnamese product should have BIS mark. That's why MSMEs are saying that it will create more problems for us to continue business this way, and that is creating more complications. So that is why this entire issue was in news. So recently, Ministry of Steel has extended it QCO. What is QCO? It is Quality Control Order. So that means if someone is importing material for steel production, those products should have BIS certification or Bureau of Indian Standards certification, including the foreign supplier. Now, one example is also mentioned in this article. That means, let's say some company in Malaysia supplies steel slabs to Vietnamese company from Malaysia to Vietnam, and then it is imported into India. So that means, as per this new order, this Vietnamese company need BIS certification, this Malaysian company need BIS certification. That means for that product. So that is why it is going to create more problems. Next is related to Armenia and Turkey. So after a long time, Both countries are trying to normalize the relationship. Now, understand the relationship between Armenia and Turkey is facing a lot of problems because of the past. As per Armenia, the Ottoman Empire had committed various atrocities against Armenia, and that's why the relationship has been quite hostile. Now, have a look at the geographical location of Armenia. So, this is Armenia, this yellow part. This is Armenia, and just a second, let me highlight properly. This is Armenia, this is Azerbaijan, and this is Turkey. Recently, our Prime Minister visited Cyprus. Okay, so Armenia and Turkey, these countries are trying to normalize their relationship. Armenia is going to be the host of next CBD. What is CBD? Convention on Biological Diversity. Answer in comment section who was the host of CBD 16. Armenia is going to be the host of CBD 17. Now, as far as CBD is concerned, it's a convention on biological diversity. The broader objective is to save 30% of our biological diversity by 2030. In that context, recently BBNJ treaty was also in news. What is BBNJ? It is biodiversity beyond national jurisdiction. It is a treaty to share the resources beyond your national jurisdiction. That means if resources are found beyond national jurisdiction, how they are to be shared. It is also referred as High Seas Treaty. We have already covered that India have signed it but not ratified it. Okay. Next is related to the Bushehr plant in Iran and Natanz and IAEA. So recently, International Atomic Energy Agency have warned that if Israel is going to attack this Bushehr plant in Iran, then it will create chaos in the West Asian region. Why? Because if this plant is attacked, then it will lead to release of radioactive element, and therefore there will be huge devastation in that area. Please understand one thing. Israel has already attacked the nuclear enrichment facility of Iran, that is Natanz. Now, IAEA, that is International Atomic Energy Agency, had recently issued a report that Iran is not following the protocols. In this context, the chief of IAEA was also in news. The name is Rafael Grossi. These are some of the important points. Next is related to the civil commitment. So understand, there was a conference in Civile in France. What is this conference all about? So it was the fourth international conference on financing for development. In a very simple sense, financing for development simply means providing financial resources for development. Okay, during this civil commitment were agreed upon. Okay, they will focus on basically that how we can reform our international financial institutions such as World Bank, IMF, how we can reduce our debt obligations. So that is all about it. Now the conference highlighted that we need roughly $4 trillion for sustainable development goals. That means in order to achieve SDG, we need this much amount of money. Please remember one thing, this was the fourth one. The first three were organized in Monterrey, Doha, and Addis Ababa. Now, one more thing which you need to keep in mind, that is US has opted out of it. US has opted out of it basically means US is not a part of it. Examiner will just say that US is going to be the leading resource provider in this. So examiner can trap you. US is not part of this. So that was civil commitment. And FFD4. What is this FFD4? It is fourth international conference on financing for development. Where is the Sevilla? So it is in Spain. Next is related to Energy Transition Index 2025. So this index is released by World Economic Forum. As per this index, Sweden is on top position. India is on 71st position. Please understand, our ranking has dropped. In 2024, we were on 63rd position. This time we are on 71st position. Next is related to Nakshatra. So actually it is high performing computing facility. High performing computing facility of ICMR. What is ICMR? It is Indian Council of Medical Research. So this has been launched at NIV Pune. What is NIV? That is National Institute of Virology. So what is this Nakshatra in a very simple sense? It is a computing device for high speed computing. So that will help in a faster computation process. Next is Rajkot's Nakarwadi model. Now understand, let me give brief background. Rajkot is in Gujarat and this used to be a dump site. That means people used to throw garbage here. So the administration has cleared that site and using Miyawaki method of forest, new trees were planted there. And over a period of time, that dump site is now a full-fledged greenery. So this is basically referred as Rajkot model or Nakarwadi model. In a very simple sense, we have revived a dump site into a green forest. So this is under a Swachh Bharat mission, Lakshya Zero Dump Site. That means we are trying to recover those sites which are now a garbage site. So we are trying to redeem them. What is this Miyawaki method? Miyawaki method is a method of forest or method of tree plantation in which local trees are planted to create a dense forest. Why the name Miyawaki? Because it is named after Japanese botanist Akira Miyawaki. So these three four things are important. Now whenever you are writing your mains answer in waste management, you can quote this example, that how we can learn from this particular case study. Next is related to Samarth incubation program. So this is an incubation program. Incubation basically means this body will provide assistance to the telecom and startup companies related to ICT. Incubation basically means nurturing. So this is a program of CDOT. What is CDOT? It is Center for Development of Telematics. In a very simple sense, the government body is going to provide support and assistance to the telecom and ICT startups. What is ICT? Information and Communication Technology. So these were the important current affairs.